Have you ever been asked why you're photocopying your ass at Kinko's? It was 2:47 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I thought I'd have the place to myself. The night shift guy, Terrence, was usually asleep in the back. I'd been coming here for weeks at odd hours, always checking that the coast was clear. That night, I'd had 3 glasses of wine for courage. My divorce had been finalized that afternoon, and Rex, my ex-husband, had taken everything in the settlement except my dignity. That was about to change. See, Rex was a state senator running for re-election on a family values platform. Throughout our marriage, he'd positioned us as the perfect conservative couple. What his constituents didn't know was that he'd been cheating with his campaign manager, his personal trainer, and at least 2 interns that I knew of. But I had something he didn't know about: photos. Specifically, Polaroids from our younger days when Rex was a lot less concerned about his image. Photos of him at Burning Man, at protests he now claimed to oppose, and yes, one particular photo of him photocopying his own ass at this very Kinko's 20 years ago when he was drunk after passing the bar exam. My plan was simple: recreate that exact photo, same angle, same copier if possible, then anonymously send both images to his opponent. Let Rex explain why family values included public indecency at office supply stores. I'd lifted my skirt and was positioning myself when I heard, "Ma'am, what exactly are you doing?" Terrence stood there with a mop bucket, looking more confused than scandalized. Behind him was a security guard I'd never seen before, and because the universe hates me, my daughter's kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Pullman, who was apparently making copies for tomorrow's class. "This isn't what it looks like," I said, pulling my skirt down so fast I nearly fell off the copier. "It looks like you're photocopying your buttocks," the security guard said flatly. "Okay, so it's exactly what it looks like." Mrs. Pullman's eyes went wide. "Mrs. Whitmore? Lily's mom? Ms. Rodriguez now," I corrected. The divorce was finalized today. That's when I started crying. Not delicate tears, but full body shaking sobs. Maybe it was the wine, maybe the absurdity, maybe the fact that my daughter's teacher would forever know me as the mom who photocopied her ass at Kinko's. Terrence, bless him, handed me a tissue. "You want to talk about it?" So I told them everything. Rex's affairs, the family values hypocrisy, the old photo I'd found hidden in his study. I even showed them the Polaroid on my phone. "Hold up," Terrence said, examining the photo. "This was taken here. That's our old machine. I recognize that dent. That's my ex-husband," I explained. 20 years ago. The security guard, whose name was Denise, started laughing. "The senator? Mr. Family Values photocopied his ass?" While drunk and naked except for a Legalize It t-shirt, I added. Mrs. Pullman looked at the photo, then at me. "You were trying to recreate this? To prove he's a hypocrite." "Honey," Denise said, "you don't need to put your own ass on a copier to prove your ex is an ass." Terrence was already at his computer. "We keep digital records of all copies made. Everything's backed up. If he used a credit card." He did, I remembered. He was showing off his new corporate Amex. It took Terrence exactly 12 minutes to find it. August 15th, 2004, 1:32 a.m. Rex's credit card. 7 copies made. The metadata showed the image resolution, the darkness settings, everything. "This is better than recreating it," Terrence said. "This is proof he did it, from our actual records." Mrs. Pullman, who I'd always thought was uptight, surprised me most. "My brother works for the Tribune. He covers the state Senate races. You'd do that?" I asked. "Any man who puts his bare bottom on public equipment then preaches about moral decay deserves what's coming," she said primly. We spent the next hour crafting the perfect anonymous tip. Denise helped word it to sound official. Terrence pulled up the old security footage, grainy but clear enough to show Rex's face. Mrs. Pullman called her brother. By morning, it was trending on Twitter. "Senator's cheeky past exposed. Rex dropped out of the race by noon, claiming he needed to focus on personal growth." That was 6 months ago. Last week, I ran into Terrence at a coffee shop. He smiled and said, "Hey, it's the lady who almost photocopied her ass for justice." Almost being the key word, I laughed. "For what it's worth," he said, "I would have made you quality copies. Color, even." Mrs. Pullman still teaches Lily. At parent-teacher conferences, she always gives me this knowing smile. Last time she whispered, "I saw Rex's new campaign photos. Fully clothed this time. Progress," I whispered back. Sometimes revenge doesn't require sinking to their level. Sometimes you just need to find the right people at 3 a.m. in a Kinko's. Though I still avoid that particular copier. Just feels weird now.